Good morning all, CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday morning, October 26th, and we're looking at window traders market profile of the ES and the NQ. So the selling continues this morning. NQ went out with a triple distribution day yesterday. We're all looking to possibly gap lower. Now again, we have GDP coming out today at 8:30. PCE tomorrow morning. Faceplant came out with their earnings. They're down 3%. 90-something million yesterday. Again, above average, but nowhere near what I would want to see. Down over 1%, 1.5% in these markets. Kind of a B shape from last night for long liquidation. Trying to get extension now as we push lower. Okay, same with righty a little bit. Look, we have 5 months of longs underwater. People think this market, could possibly be stretched. Keep in mind, especially NQ. NQ just came out of balance on the weekly and daily yesterday. So they're not stretched, okay? And IWM and righty getting pretty close to coming out of a balance on an 18-month balance, okay? In fact, their low pre-market is 162.62. I believe the bottom of that balance is 162.50. So, yeah, you're going to get a lot of people, probably swing traders, getting involved on the long side. But it's going to be very interesting how that reacts if they get through that level. Game plan for this morning, again, depending on how big the gap is. The bigger the gap, the more I'll wait. Gaps have not held this year. Gap and go has been an absolute failure. So, again, there's no harm waiting for more MGR. You're always going to have an opportunity. We have a 17-wide POC right now at 82.50. So, again, if we were to push lower pre-market, that would be a good risk-reward short if we got up to there, between there and then depending on where the overnight half back would be. If we went lower, that would be lower, maybe around this level, something like that. As far as front running an overnight low, again, you can do it, but you'll be doing it with the gap. You'll be doing it with value against you, and you'll also be doing it with the indices against you. So just things to keep in mind if you look to do that play. But that's the only long I would look to take. 41.40 was a level people have been talking about, which would complete a low volume area that started at around the 43.57 level. So 217 handles, and we'll see if we're going to get down and test that level. That would be interesting if we do. So maybe that's a level if we were to really push further down this morning to look for a long. But again, it depends on the circumstances. If you have 3 sets of single prints in your face and with double distribution or triple distribution day down, I'm not going to be too keen on looking to buy it down there. So it's all comes into context when and if we get to that level. So early on, again, possible front running the overnight low. Again, it will depend, and on the flip side, definitely front running the overnight high, because that would be right where the gap fills, and maybe a short at this wide overnight POC at some point. Okay, and then on the chart, so our monthly's down. The next target in SPY was going to be June's low of 416.79. Okay, we're trading below that right now. Right? Any acceptance below that, right? This isn't a balance, so don't think this is a balance low. The market is down on the monthly. We're trading at 414 and change, so we're below it right now by $2. Your next destination is around the 404 level, okay? So that's another $10 lower. So the monthly is clearly down. The weekly came out of balance down. We're firmly inside of this balance area down here. And the daily, without a doubt, is down, and we close firmly below the 200-day moving average. And right now, we're about $8 below it. We'll see if the selling. Look, one of two things can happen here. The majority of this has been short-term players still. So now the question you have to ask yourself is, if long-term money comes into this market, will it be on the long side or to get out of the positions? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. I don't have the answer to that yet. Okay, if we start doing a 250,000 shares to the downside, you're going to know your answer pretty quick. It's a little harder to tell if long-term money is buying it, but if we do open lower and we can't get much lower and you get a very large volume pop right away, things of that nature, then maybe you could at least assume that maybe some long-term money is accumulating down at whatever level they do it at. Good luck trading today. Thanks for the likes and subscribing, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.